In the year 2548, humanity had long since joined the Galactic Coalition, a union of various alien species. Buried deep in the asteroid belt of the Sol system lay the SCS Olympus, a colossal supercarrier that was humanity's trump card during the war with the Coalition. Its systems had been in hibernation for centuries, guarded by an AI named Orion. A routine Coalition patrol detected unusual energy readings from the asteroid belt. Lieutenant Zara of the Zenthari, a species known for their keen senses and scientific prowess, frowned as she examined the data. "These readings are off the charts," she murmured. "It's like nothing we've seen before." Her superior, Commander Telak, a towering creature with scales shimmering in the dim light of the control room, nodded. "Prepare a team. We need to investigate immediately." As the Coalition ships approached the source of the readings, they found themselves facing the massive silhouette of the Olympus. The once dormant behemoth began to stir, its systems waking from a long slumber. "Commander, the ship is powering up," Zara reported, her voice tinged with awe and fear. Telak's eyes widened. "By the stars, that's a human supercarrier. We need to send a distress signal to the Coalition command right now." Deep within Olympus, the AI Orion came online. "Systems operational. Assessing threats," it announced, its voice echoing through the empty corridors. "Unknown vessels detected. Initiating defensive protocols." As defensive turrets and energy shields activated, the Coalition patrol ship scrambled. "They're targeting us," one of the pilots shouted over the comms. "We need backup." Back on Earth, humanity was equally shocked when ancient signals from Olympus suddenly reappeared on their radar. Admiral James Reynolds, a grizzled veteran with a sharp mind, immediately recognized the significance. "Get me the President," Reynolds barked, "and scramble a fleet. We need to intercept Olympus before this turns into an interstellar incident." Within hours, a small, elite human fleet was en route to the asteroid belt, led by Captain Sarah Hale. She was a descendant of one of Olympus's original crew members and had grown up hearing stories about the legendary Supercarrier. As her ship, the UNS Valiant, approached the asteroid belt, she couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and dread. "All right, team," she addressed her crew. "Our mission is to make contact with Orion and prevent any hostilities with the Coalition. Let's make history." The Valiant docked with Olympus, and Captain Hale, along with her team, boarded the supercarrier. The vast, empty halls of the ship were both eerie and awe-inspiring. "Orion, this is Captain Sarah Hale of the UNS Valiant. Stand down your defenses," she commanded. After a tense moment, the AI responded. "Captain Hale, authentication confirmed. State your mission objective." "We're here to re-establish control and prevent a conflict with the Coalition," Sarah explained. "The war ended centuries ago." Orion paused, processing the information. "Understood. Standing down defensive protocols. Awaiting further instructions." Outside, the Coalition ships held their positions, watching as the situation unfolded. The initial shock was giving way to a tense anticipation. They knew the implications of a fully operational human supercarrier. Captain Hale's voice broke the silence. "Olympus is secure. Let's open a line of communication with the Coalition and clear this up." As the human fleet and Coalition forces prepared for discussions, the ancient supercarrier loomed large in the asteroid belt, a reminder of the past and a beacon for a possible new future. The Coalition patrol hovered cautiously near the reawakened Olympus, their crews buzzing with anxious chatter. Inside the Coalition flagship, Commander Telak ordered his communications officer to open a channel to Olympus. "Unknown human vessel, this is Commander Telak of the Galactic Coalition. Identify yourself and state your intentions." Inside the Olympus, Captain Sarah Hale took a deep breath and responded, "This is Captain Sarah Hale of the UNS Valiant. We mean no harm. Our supercarrier, the Olympus, has just reactivated after centuries of dormancy. We are here to secure it and ensure peaceful intentions." Telak's expression was unreadable, but the tension was palpable. "Captain Hale, your ship's reactivation has caused alarm within the Coalition. We demand assurances that this is not an act of aggression." Sarah nodded, even though Telak couldn't see her. "Understood, Commander. I'm dispatching a shuttle to your ship so we can discuss this face-to-face. We want to avoid any misunderstanding." Back on Olympus, Orion monitored the situation closely. "Captain Hale, I suggest caution. The Coalition forces are on high alert. Noted, Orion, Sarah replied, but we have to show good faith. Aboard the Coalition flagship, Sarah and her team were greeted with wary stares. Telak, a formidable figure, extended a clawed hand. Captain Hale, let's talk. The conference room was a stark contrast of human and alien technology, a reminder of the galaxy's diverse inhabitants. Telak started the conversation, his tone stern. The reactivation of Olympus brings back memories of a war we hoped was long behind us. What assurances can you provide that this is not a prelude to renewed hostilities? Sarah leaned forward, her voice steady. The war ended centuries ago. Humanity has integrated into the Coalition. Olympus's reactivation was accidental. Our mission is to ensure it poses no threat to anyone. Zara, the Hfy scientist, interjected. Your AI, Orion, was designed for war. How can we trust its intentions now? Sarah glanced at Orion, who had joined the meeting via holo projection. Orion, explain your current protocols. Orion's voice was calm. My primary directive was to defend humanity during the war. With updated information confirming the end of hostilities, my directive now is to assist in maintaining peace. Telak's eyes narrowed. And how do we know you won't revert to your original programming? Sarah replied, We can provide full access to Orion's code for Coalition review. Transparency is key to rebuilding trust. The Coalition officers exchanged glances. Telak spoke again, his tone slightly softened. We appreciate the gesture, Captain. However, the Coalition command will need more than words. We need tangible actions. Agreed, Sarah said. We propose joint operations and crew exchanges to build mutual trust. Let's turn this situation into an opportunity for stronger collaboration. Telak nodded slowly. This is a start, but there are still many within the Coalition who will need convincing. As they wrapped up the meeting, Sarah felt a sense of cautious optimism. They had taken the first steps towards averting a potential crisis. Back on Olympus, the human and Coalition crews began working together, their initial wariness giving way to curiosity and cooperation. Sarah knew it was just the beginning, but it was a promising one. We've got a long road ahead, she said to Orion, but it's a road worth traveling. Orion's response was steady. Agreed, Captain. Together we can achieve much. As the first signs of cooperation began to take shape, the ancient Supercarrier that once symbolized humanity's defiance now stood as a testament to the possibility of unity and progress. Tensions remained high as the human fleet and Coalition forces continued their uneasy truce. The humans had managed to bring the Olympus under control, but the shadow of its past still loomed large. Captain Sarah Hale stood on the bridge of the Olympus, staring at the view screen that displayed the Coalition ships in formation. Captain, Orion's voice broke her reverie. Incoming transmission from Coalition Command. They are requesting a direct communication. Sarah straightened. Patch it through. A holographic image of Supreme Commander Kethrin, a distinguished elder of the Hfy, appeared before her. His gaze was stern, his scales reflecting the light with an iridescent sheen. Captain Hale, Kethrin began, his voice resonating with authority. Your actions have been commendable thus far, but we need to discuss the future of the Olympus. The Coalition cannot allow such a powerful vessel to remain solely under human control. Sarah nodded, maintaining her composure. We understand your concerns, Supreme Commander. We are willing to negotiate terms that ensure the Olympus serves as a symbol of our unity, rather than a reminder of past conflicts. Kethrin's expression softened slightly. A promising stance, Captain. However, many within the Coalition still harbor deep mistrust. We propose a joint command structure for the Olympus. Coalition officers will serve alongside your crew to ensure transparency and mutual cooperation. Before Sarah could respond, a Coalition officer in the background approached Kethrin, whispering urgently in his ear. Kethrin's eyes widened slightly, then he addressed both Sarah and Telak, who had joined the call. It appears we have a more immediate problem, Kethrin said. We have detected a fleet of unidentified ships on a direct course to our location. They are not broadcasting any Coalition or known alien signals. Telak's eyes narrowed. Could this be another faction trying to take advantage of the current situation? Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. Orion, Can you identify these ships? Orion's holographic form flickered as it processed the data. Unknown vessels appear to be heavily armed. Their configurations do not match any known coalition or human designs. It is possible they are from a previously unencountered species. Catherine's voice took on a decisive tone. Captain Hale, Commander Telak, we must prepare for a potential threat. I propose we coordinate our defenses and work together to face this unknown fleet. Sarah nodded firmly. Agreed. This is an opportunity to prove our commitment to cooperation. Orion, begin integrating coalition command codes and prepare for joint operations. Telak's voice was steady. Our forces will mobilize immediately. We must show a united front. As the unknown fleet approached, the combined human and coalition forces moved into position. On the bridge of the Olympus, Sarah coordinated with Telak and his officers, their commands seamlessly blending as they prepared for battle. All units, prepare for engagement, Sarah ordered, her voice carrying the weight of responsibility. Let's show them what a united front can do. The tension was palpable as the unknown ships closed in. The Olympus, with its formidable array of weaponry and defenses, stood at the forefront, a symbol of the potential for unity. Incoming fire! A coalition officer shouted. Shields up! Return fire! Sarah commanded. The battle that ensued was fierce, with the combined human and coalition forces holding their ground against the onslaught of the mysterious attackers. Through the chaos, Sarah and Telak coordinated their efforts, their trust growing with each successful maneuver. As the tide of the battle began to turn in their favor, Sarah couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. They were not just fighting to defend their respective species, but to prove that together they were stronger. When the last of the unknown ships was either destroyed or in retreat, a cheer went up among the crews. Sarah looked at Telak, who gave her a nod of respect. Today, we proved that unity is our greatest strength, Telak said. Sarah smiled. And it's just the beginning. There's much more we can achieve together. With the immediate threat neutralized, the coalition and human forces returned to the task of integrating their operations on Olympus. The Supercarrier, once a symbol of fear, was now a beacon of hope and cooperation. The aftermath of the battle left a buzz of activity aboard the Olympus. Coalition and human engineers worked side by side, repairing damage and integrating their technologies. The atmosphere was tense but hopeful, the recent victory against the unknown fleet fostering a spirit of camaraderie. Captain Sarah Hale and Commander Telak stood together on the bridge, watching as their crews collaborated. We've come a long way in a short time, Telak remarked, but there are still many within the coalition who need to be convinced of this alliance. Sarah nodded. I agree. We need to show them that this partnership isn't just temporary. We need something more permanent, something that symbolizes our unity. As they spoke, a holographic image of Supreme Commander Catherine appeared before them. His expression was one of cautious optimism. Captain Hale, Commander Telak, Catherine began, I have been following your progress closely. Your success in repelling the unknown attackers has not gone unnoticed. The Coalition Council has agreed to a summit to discuss the future of the Olympus and our alliance. Sarah's eyes lit up. That's great news, Supreme Commander. When and where will this summit take place? On the neutral planet of Nymar in 2 weeks, Catherine replied. We expect representatives from all major species in the Coalition. This will be an opportunity to solidify our cooperation and address any lingering concerns. Telak nodded. We will be there, Supreme Commander. This is the moment we've been working towards. As the hologram faded, Sarah turned to Telak. We have 2 weeks to ensure the Olympus is ready. Let's make sure everything is perfect. The next 2 weeks were a whirlwind of activity. Crews worked tirelessly, and by the time they arrived at Nymar, the Olympus was not just repaired, but enhanced with the best of both human and coalition technology. The summit took place in a grand hall, with representatives from every major species in the coalition in attendance. As Sarah and Telak addressed the assembly, they emphasized the recent victory as a testament to what could be achieved through unity. Our cooperation during the recent conflict showed that together we are stronger than any of us alone, Sarah said. The Olympus is no longer just a human supercarrier, it is a symbol of our collective strength and determination. Telak added, "We propose that Olympus be permanently staffed by a mixed crew from all coalition species. Let it be a beacon of our unity, ready to defend us all against any future threats." There was a murmur of agreement among the delegates. Supreme Commander Kethrin stood and addressed the assembly. "The Coalition Council has deliberated on this proposal. We believe in the potential of this alliance and the symbolic importance of the Olympus. We agree to the Joint Command and Crew Initiative." As the decision was made official, a sense of relief and accomplishment filled the hall. The Olympus, once a symbol of fear and division, was now a beacon of hope and cooperation. After the summit, Sarah and Telak stood together, watching as crews from various species boarded the Olympus to begin their joint mission. "This is just the beginning," Sarah said, a smile spreading across her face. "There's so much more we can achieve together." Telak nodded. "Indeed, the galaxy is a vast place full of challenges and opportunities. But as long as we stand united, there is nothing we cannot overcome." As the Olympus set off on its new journey, it carried not just a crew, but the hopes and dreams of countless species. The supercarrier was no longer just a relic of the past. It was a promise of a brighter future.